What is anxiety and how does it affect a person's mind? How does it reflect in the brainwave of a person who is anxious, and what is the root cause of anxiety? The subjective experience of anxiety is looking for something in the mind where we can't find it. In his conscious mind, he had too much, very 38 percentage of anxiety, and the reason for that anxiety is in his subconscious mind he has 76% fear. Hi, I am Jamaludheen. I am a consciousness researcher through science and ancient wisdom. Today we will see what is anxiety and how does it affect a person's mind. And we will understand anxiety from the point of view of subjective experience and how does it reflect in the brainwave of a person who is anxious and what is the root cause of anxiety. So anxiety is a incoherence or a disorder in the working of the brain or in the mind, where we try to reason something but we are not getting the reason. We are not able to reason it, and as we are not able to reason, we become anxious. The subjective experience of anxiety is looking for something in the mind where we can't find it. That is the subjective experience of a person going through anxiety. And too much of anxiety can create panic attacks, a collapse of the working of the mind. And most of the cases, the anxiety, the root cause of anxiety is the untapped, unsolved fear, deep fear in the subconscious mind. So when a person is attached or too much engaged in the fear in his subconscious mind, and he is not able to overcome that fear, he is not able to rectify his fear of that particular thing, and when he is continuing in fear without healing it, what happens is the subconscious mind influence, because the brainwave in the subconscious become too much incoherent because of fear, and that fear starts to come to your conscious function, because fear is actually cognition, your cognition gone wrong. So the subjective experience of fear is when you want to be cognitive of something, but instead of being cognitive, you are exciting the unknown. You are excited because fear means you deeply know, you actually don't know what is going to happen, but because you're not ready to accept the reality, it is exciting the unknown, it's exciting the unpredictability, and you're bringing all the unreality towards you, where which is creating more negativity. So fear, from the point of view subjective experience, it is a disorder which creates overexcited, incoherent cognition. And because it is overexcited and incoherent in your ability to be cognitive of that particular moment, you are creating unpredictable fear, because you can't understand, you can't reason actually what is going to happen when you are in deep fear. And when you keep this fear in your subjective experience, in your subconscious mind, without tapping into it and making you come out of it, and when you hide it in yourself, that is when that too much of fear that you have been nurturing subconsciously comes to your conscious part of your mind as anxiety. So if you are, for example, if you are afraid of, if you have a deep phobia of anything like deep phobia of height, and if you keep that fear in very excited or too much fear, and you nurture that fear without addressing and solving it in your subconscious, it may come out into your conscious mind as something else. You may get anxious when you go to something which is related with height, or you may get anxious when you totally unrelated thing with the height, but you may get the anxiety because in the mind, in your brain wave, in your brain, the pattern of high fear is already there deep inside you, and unless you address it, it will actually come out. For when it reaches the limit, it will come out. So what I explained right now as anxiety being the coming out of your unhealed fear, I will show you the brainwave pattern and how it is visible as it is from a subjective point of view. We exactly what we can see in the brain waves if you look into the brain waves correctly and in its right sense. So let us see in the brain wave of a person who is going through extreme fear and how it manifested as anxiety. What you see here is the mind fitness system, which I have developed as a neuroscience tool into looking into the brainwave according to the subjective experience in the mind. We look into the brainwave in mind fitness system as according to the mind functions. So let's see the brainwave of a person who was going through extreme fear. So this is the like real-time brainwave of that person, and you can see from the pattern itself there is too much of instability, and the brainwave is not at all in order at all. So let's look into his mental health conditions. So the unique feature of mind fitness system is that mind fitness is able to look into the brainwave in a very different way. From our subjective experience point of view, the brain functions, the brain waves are the correlates of mind functions. So we have identified the brainwave frequencies associated with mind functions like thinking, cognition, emotion, attention, sensation, etc. So by understanding the features in this brainwave range, we can understand the mental health condition, what are the states of mind, how is the mind functioning, etc. So this person had a severe fear. I will show you. We can see in his conscious mind he had too much like very 38% of anxiety, and the reason for that anxiety is in his subconscious mind he has 76% fear. So because of 76% fear in the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind, the mind functions in the subconscious mind are cognition, emotion and attention. So cognition, emotion and attention are the mind functions which happens subconsciously. When you get some information, you become automatically cognitive of it, and sometimes it will become automatic, sometimes you will engage by being aware of it. And emotion is also like you have control, but it works by itself as well, and attention also. So these actually made us to understand these are the mind functions which happens in the subconscious mind. And if these mind functions are having too much of wandering, mind wandering is actually one of the first feature in the mind to show the mind is having lot of incoherences. So here you can see in the cognition there is too much of wandering and there is too much of breach of order. So by understanding the brainwave and seeing that if there is wandering, or if there is instability, or if there is too much of breach of order, that is how we can understand the brain, the mind function has some issues, like there is some mental health conditions like disorder, and there are incoherent states. So if you look into the state of mind report, we can see he has 76% fear, and that is why his cognition is having too much of, this is cognition, the brown one is cognition, and cognition is having too much of unstable and mind wandering, and because of subconsciously he is having that much of fear, it actually came into the conscious mind as anxiety. So this is how untapped and unresolved fears in your subconscious mind can tap into your conscious mind as anxiety. And if you don't address it and heal your fear and anxiety through some mental health practices, through meditation, through engaging with anything which gives you peace of mind, and if you don't heal that, it will come out as a anxiety for something which may be totally unrelated. So this is how we can look into the working of mind by looking into the brain waves according to mind functions. And if a person is having too much of anxiety, the first thing that he have to do is he have to build calmness. Like how to build calmness is when you bring the wandering mind into your when you ground into your body and make that wandering mind very stable and still, then you can nurture coherence in your mind. And when you are still and stable and not wandering, you can make your mind to work efficiently. And by making your mind efficient, you will be able to overcome the fear. How we overcome the fear is, most of the time it is through acceptance and understanding the reality. If you are afraid of height, the way you have to address it is to go and face in a in a way you can take it. So if you experience the fear of height, in a way you can take it without having a bigger risk. Just experiencing the reality in its acceptance will give you a chance to heal yourself from the fear. And you should never, if you have the fear, you should never make it as a phobia. You should not allow yourself to hide it and make it into a bigger problem for later, which will come out as anxiety, which will come out as something very unrelated in your mind. So whenever you identify a fear, too much phobia in yourself, take your time, gradually address it as possible, and accept the reality that I am afraid of it. I can work on it, instead of hiding it and keeping it to grow in your subconscious mind. Just address it and keep your mind always calm. Only a calm mind can heal its own problems. If the mind is engaged and working too much incoherently, it is very hard for the mind to heal itself. So I hope this video gives you an understanding of what is fear and how it can create anxiety in your conscious mind and how to heal it, etc. So if this video gives you some insight on how is our mind working, and if you are interested on this topic, please subscribe to the channel. If you are a person trying to train yourself to come out of deep fear or the anxiety through mindfulness training, you can contact me for a one-on-one session. Or if you are a person ready to try out a biofeedback system to understand what is the root cause of your problems in your mind, you can try out mind fitness system using Muse EEG device, and you can use the mind fitness system for real-time mental health assessment, biofeedback training. If you are a mental health professional interested in exploring this new way of looking into the mind from the point of view of subjective experience to understand the root cause of problems of your clients, you can use a mind fitness system with Muse EEG device for a mental health assessment of your clients, and you can use the system to train using biofeedback through audio and video, etc. So the details are there in the description. Thank you for being with me, and see you in the next video.